So the ship itself, I wasn't kidding when I said it was kind of a miniature cruise line. This is definitely a luxury ship in comparison to some of the others, and you can tell straight away by the decorations and embroidery and gold linings that kind of go across the outside of the ship itself. They almost look similar to actual ships, just with these quite large crystal-like structures on 4 points of the ship itself, which creates this levitation field, so to speak. As you guys go ahead and jump on, the ship will kind of just be coming around various different places at this point. Not exactly entirely sure what order everyone would jump on, but at some point you would all be on board together. There are two very important things that happen during this period. One, obviously you are taken through and your stuff is searched just to make sure that you're not going to do anything horrible. The second is for any of you that are casters. You receive, as soon as you board, you receive this strange burning sensation in your mind. Just for a moment, fleeting, and as the pain dies down, the feeling stays. And it's this constant lull in your mind. This is an indicator that someone aboard the ship has been marked as a criminal to the Magicanum and has been through a process known as Hwem, which essentially means they are Ronin of sorts. Sign to anyone in the general area that there is someone like this in your vicinity. And that is a constant lull throughout this entire journey, pretty much. But yeah, this ship itself, there's gambling, there's, drinks and, poker tables, all sorts of lovely things. There's stuff on the actual deck itself as well, some games, some activities. So yeah, it is up to you to basically say, what do you think your character would be doing during this? Probably be, after all of you on board, it would probably be a couple of weeks until you reached Zitane. So what do you think your character would be doing, realistically? This is a good chance to get to know what your character would act like as well. And as soon as one person kind of begins to describe it, if anyone wants to jump in and say, oh, I was there as well, then there's your cue.
Okay.
So it's, as I say, it's a bit freeform, but it kind of means that I'm not forcing your characters into situations they might not have been in. So, yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
We boarded together, right?
Okay, yeah, no, you would have basically hopped in and saved me from the Captain America beatdown.
Oh my god. Oh, I imagine that was a brutal.
I could do this all day.
Tobias,
Please stop hitting me. I don't like being hit. And so instantly when we're walking onto the ship, I would have been like pulling on your hand. Do you see all this? Look at it. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Have you seen every little bit? And look at the pipes. And I wonder what's going through the brass. Is it magic? Is it steam? I wonder what they've done this. Do you see the crystals? The giant crystals over there. They've got to be powering something. I think they're involved with the levitation. I gotta find somebody I can talk to about this. This is fantastic. I'm so excited. I know it's not as exciting to you, but I mean, I could learn something here. Maybe we can make something from it later. It's going to be a wonderful time.
No, it's all fascinating. I'm just sorry that I don't know anything about it.
that's the beautiful thing about things, is you ask somebody and then they'll tell you about it, usually, because people are so excited to exchange their knowledge that I'm sure if I could find somebody
Remember that conversation we had about talking a little bit slower so that other people can keep up with you?
Right.
I know you have so many ideas. It's wonderful, but it's really hard to keep up with you.
I'm sorry, I'll dial it back a little.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so I'm going to practice on that person. Looks like they're working on something. I'm going to go over to like anybody if they're like looking like any last minute adjustments or anything, and I'm just going to stroll right up to them. So,
Pulling rope. Just pulling ropes.
What is this you're doing? It seems rather fascinating. Is it involved in magic or is it machinery? Combination?
Well, you've heard of a pulley system, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
No, but like, why are you pulling on it? Is it to help us lift? Does it engage a engine of some sort? Does it release a magic into the cockpit? Have you been told as part of it? Is it like releasing the sails on a ship? Is it? I'm sorry.
To be completely honest with you, I'm just here to get to the next destination. I don't have any money, so I'm working. They told me to pull this. I think it like turns. It like turns it.
Right, can you pull on it so I can see? If you'd be so kind. Sorry. I've no idea, but I'm gonna keep looking.
I have no idea.
You go ahead and pull it, and you just keep pulling and keep pulling and keep pulling, and all of a sudden there's just a ding in the background that kind of rings through the rest of the ship.
So it caused it to land at home. So it's clearly some sort of physical engagement of a process. I just need to find out where it is. I'm going to look over at the pipes, and I heard the noise behind me, and I'm just going to start beelining it that way. And then I'm going to stop and turn around, like, you said you need you're traveling, and you're buying a passage. Allow me sometime later to buy you a meal or something for any more knowledge, and just sit down and chat. Be fantastic. I'm Dotra Cool Sharpener, and this tiny little hand comes up to me. I'm even shorter than you are. I'm 3 foot even.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Orin Thistlefoot, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
You as well. Do you tinker at all? Things.
No, not really. I more of a scrapper.
Scrapping was fun. In the right circumstances. I never took to it myself, but I always admired those who could. Yes, find me later. And then I'm gonna wander off.
I'm like hovering behind. Oh no! What's the little gnome's name?
Oh, I'm Jotra.
Jotra. Okay,
I should change my.
Trailing behind Jotra, just making sure.
Change your name so we don't have our heads explode.
Following behind Jotra, just making sure that they're okay.
And then as he's halfway across the ship, he's gonna pause, he's gonna look around, and then see you there, and then he's gonna give you like this big smile, and then keep going.
I protect the small. That's my role here.
I am the small. That's my role.
I am the small.
And then, if anybody wants to jump in, I can easily be distracted.
Let's see. Soup is definitely going to be out on like the sun deck. He'll be outside. His gray, like blue-gray exterior just like sticks out like a sore thumb on this bright place. But he's just kind of sitting, reading a book, looking over his book at this interaction. Just kind of watches as they leave.
And
he kind of sticks to himself.
As he sees the book in your hands. I do apologize. I have never seen a book of that type. What language is that? Oh, I'm Jotra. Draconic. Ooh,
30.
Oh. Is it terribly difficult to learn Draconic? What's it about? What do people write about in Draconic?
Writing stuff. You're a little fella, aren't you?
Yes. I'm quite diminutive in stature, even for a deep gnome, but that is okay. I say my mind breaks my boundaries, even ones that are horizontal.
He like gets up from his chair, and he's just slightly taller than you, like maybe a few inches taller than you.
I'm 3 foot even, so.
He's 3'2".
All right.
So he's like, "Don't think I ever found somebody that was smaller than I was." What'd you say your name was?
Jotra. I am Jotra Quill Sharpener. He goes to shake your hand.
He kind of looks sideways at your hand, sticks out a claw. What do I do with this?
I just shake it, and it's customary. It's one of those things. It shows physical interaction, can show trust in another person, help build a relationship from a base level. But I tend to overdo it, I've been told. So, but your book, it seems quite fascinating. If you want, later I might buy you a meal, and you can tell me more about your book. As we'll be on here for quite a little while, it would be something if you're interested in conversing more or just food.
I guess that'd be all right. You got any stories?
Stories. I have designs. I have plans. I will find a story for you.
All right, let's go looking for one.
Excellent.
He puts his book away.
Let's see. Story. Who looks like they have a good story? Oren has a good story, but we're going to find out his later. This person over here, they're beautiful purples and pinks, and they appear to have some sort of fish mandibles of some sort. Yes, completely bald. No hair on him whatsoever. And let's go ask and see what their story is. Do you want me to, or would you like to?
That looks like one of the Tritons. I read a few about one of them wars they had. Let's go take a look at them. They're supposed to be fearsome type people.
Oh, and this is Eridin. She is wonderful and will save you from beatings occasionally if you're very, very lucky, like I have been. Okay, here we are. And then I'm gonna run over to Ishton and be like, pardon me.
Yes.
Hello. My name is Jotra Quill Sharpener. This is Soup. That's Eridin over there, keeping watch over us. You look like a very interesting person, and I promised Soup I'd help him find an interesting story, and you look like you have a very interesting story to share if given the chance, and I would love to give you the opportunity to share it with us.
What makes me look interesting?
Your beautiful purples and shells and pinks and I'm from underground, so I've never seen anyone quite like you. So, I know I must look rather strange to you as well. Maybe we could trade something for your story.
Athanos, is this a thing that people do here?
Oh, you look rather interesting as well.
This is strange.
I'll be honest, it's not. Most people just don't come up to people telling them they look interesting.
We should have gone with a horse card. This is ridiculous. I don't know why we did this.
To be on another ship. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Hi.
It's all right.
You said you were looking for a story?
Yes. Jotra Quill Sharpener.
Nice to meet you. I guess get a hand, shake it. I guess I could tell you a story. Okay. How much do you know about the? So wait, are you a deep gnome? Right. How much do you know about the gnome-eating monsters that lurk the seas?
Then he turns to Soup. How much do you know about the gnome-eating monsters?
I have not heard of these, and I hunt in the seas. Are you?
I got this.
All right. I trust you.
I don't know much about it, but it seems something I should be terribly informed upon. So, do tell us the story about the gnome-eating
How do you
monsters?
not know about the gnome-eaters? They go by many names, but on my ship we went gnome eaters. Well, and I only crouched down
gnome
to
eaters.
on a crouch down to
That
Jotra's
sounds
level.
fucking interesting.
You see, I had a crewmate once. His name was Crew. Weird
Crew.
name.
He was crew. He was on the crew. It was very ironic.
Yeah, it just worked. It really just
Very
worked.
ironic.
I guess yeah. And we were just sailing on the seas, just wanted to go out for a bit, thought it'd be fun. And he thought it'd be a good idea to just row out a bit because we wanted to be anchored just to stay still for a bit. We wanted to do some basic maintenance, and he thought it'd be fun to just sail out into the sea. He loved the sea a lot. That same day, we didn't see him again. We saw his boots floating down to the shore and it ended up on the beach. And the only thing left in the shoe, any evidence of him other than the shoe, was the foot still in it.
So
Obviously, we just thought, pardon?
So he didn't eat the foot.
I guess it maybe had its fill after the rest of the body.
Do gnome feet taste awful or something?
I don't know. I've never tasted one.
It does not have the narrowest tongue to get into a shoe, so it's hard. It would have to squeeze the shoe to make the foot just pop out. But it probably didn't. The shoe just drifted away and it didn't squeeze it to make it pop out. Like if you are eating crab, or do you have to squeeze it and then the meat pops up?
This is a gruesome conversation.
Oh well.
They're warning me of the dangers of gnome eating monsters.
It's really important.
Very
I'm surprised
important.
you don't know this. I thought they just taught this at the schools.
I've heard that some of them fly.
They fly.
Oh, I haven't heard. Oh, I have heard stories of that too.
Jotro looks up into the sky, and then you see as he gets a reverse vertigo, and you see him like kind of shrink down to the floor, and he puts his head immediately down, and then he pulls his back out, and is ignoring everything he pulls, and he has two goggles, and he puts the goggles over his head, and then like he has these lenses that he flips down, and you can see that carved in the lenses are just tunnels, and he just takes.
I think the main thing that attracts them is gnomes. They can smell gnomes, but the best way to keep them away is to keep quiet. You know, their hearing is impeccable. So my advice to you, especially now that we're in the air, which is their territory as well, as you heard from my friend here, it might help you to stay quiet.
And at this moment, Oren's gonna walk up behind Joltra and just grab him by the waist real quick and just shake him.
Help me! I'm gonna get killed! Somebody save my shoes! Don't let me!
You're supposed to be quiet, lad. Quiet.
Asnos is laughing. He's loving it.
I'm standing sort of behind Jotra, and all of a sudden, Oren feels a metal wing smack him in the shoulder as I unfurl for a second. Just.
Oi! Fuck, lass, that hurt.
How old does Jotra? How old does Jotra look?
Jotra looks young in the face features. Like it's hard to tell with gnome age, but he could be anywhere between like really young gnome for like 25ish to maybe up into the 50s. It's hard to tell. But
so he looks like a child.
He looks not like a child, like adolescent, because they mature at the same rate as humans, but then they take longer to age fully, and so
to die.
Exactly.
Unless you're a gnome eater.
Yeah.
You guys are so mean.
This here gnome eater kind of sounds like something I read about Captain Carcass. He had him a abdomen eater come out from deep in the ocean. Couldn't figure out where it was though.
They may be related in some way, actually. Maybe just got a taste for gnome.
Especially the little juicy metal bits.
And he pokes Jotra just a little bit.
Oh my god, you guys!
Little one, and Ishin will actually kneel in front of Jotra. We were kidding. It was a joke.
And as you kneel down, you see there's like a tear escaping the goggles, as he is so just overwhelmed. Oh, good. Of course, yes, a little fun.
It is a joke. You are safe.
It was a great story, though, wasn't it?
It's not my favorite, but I promised super story, and I will keep my promises.
This is what you do on a ship when you like someone, is you tell them a story to scare the crap out of them. That is what you do.
Well,
it is a sign of affection.
I will endeavor to come up with one in return, then.
Oh yes, please do try to scare me.
Very well. Okay. What are you afraid of?
Well, that's what's going to make it a challenge, because I'm not afraid of much.
Don't seem like you are, but okay. It's not going to be water, is it?
Nope, not water. I will, I'll have little to gamble. I will teach you to fight with this. And she'll take off a glaive with a piercing piece on the back side of it and a big blade on the other. I will teach you to fight with this if you can come up with a story that scares me.
Challenge accepted. No,
We can shake.
I was going to ask about that. We have a weapon store and stuff, right?
Oh, Ishtin does.
Okay.
Maybe it's not appropriate.
Yeah,
But she sure does.
you would still have your personal defense like weaponry. It was more checking for something a little bit more chaotic. So, things like explosives do exist in Vega. More kind of like magical crystals that can be used to channel abilities. And those are a straight no on transport for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But things like weaponry, as long as they're not too ridiculous, you should.
Yeah, I was gonna say what I imagine is this is like a sun deck, and people are like out there like really just relaxing and having fun, and Ishtin is walking around with a big fuck off glaive on her back in half plate. Just
Just
not having any of
because
it.
you have them doesn't mean that everybody else has. Like
Yes.
everyone, this is a holiday cruise liner.
At first they suggested maybe I shouldn't carry it around with me, and I no, it's coming with me. That's it. It's coming with me. So
Instead of
I
thinking
have
about my
this.
gun house.
Yeah,
I'm not
yes.
fighting with that thing.
We're going to keep our weapons, but yes, I wanted to. I will teach you how to. It's a little tall for you,
a little bit. I can probably craft something though similar to it.
but I will teach you if you can decide, if you can figure out what scares me.
And Jetra's gonna look up at your eyes, and he's gonna try to think, and you're like, okay, I'll need some time with this. And he pulls out a notebook and he starts to scribble furiously and looking over it. Even if you don't speak Deep Gnome or anything, it is clearly terrible handwriting. And you see in the margins, there's all these little scribbles and doodles of one of them is it's a sword, and then you see it's this design so that the hilt of the sword slides to the top and makes it a war hammer, and then different things like that. There's a shield that you see it's firing out like a hammer and weird different things like that. And he's like, huh. And then you see he taps as he's tapping his head, he reaches for a little pouch, and then he reaches away from it, and he keeps thinking. I will think of something. Sorry. I'm okay now. No need to gather around. Sorry, I frighten a bit.
I have a feeling
We're scared a bit.
what scares
Athenos
you-
frightened a bit.
I have a
That
feeling
was
what
fun.
scares you is being parted with your little weapon there.
I have a feeling that would invoke more anger than fear, but
Oh yes, you can try to fight me without it.
Oh, I don't want to fight you. You're much bigger than I am. But I just think you can probably not fight without it.
Oh, well, you would be wrong about that, but I am not scared. So that did not work, did it?
Just a
I
thought.
was watching
Just
this
a
is
thought.
fun.
What's your name anyway?
Ishtin.
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 Am I saying that right?
I don't care how you say it.
you're putting too much E at the beginning. It's an I believe.
Ishtin. Ishtin.
Not
Oh.
Ishtin. Ishtin.
It is all right. You say it how you want to say it. I don't really care.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Morin.
Good to meet you, Oren. This is Athenos, the handsome one over here who doesn't like to talk unless he's scaring someone.
I'm just enjoying the conversation you guys are having.
Yeah, you're a bit of a creepy bastard, aren't you?
I get that sometimes, yeah.
I love Orin. So Eridan's brooding behind everybody, just arms crossed, watching
I
this
was
unfold.
gonna turn to
What about
Eridan
you, lass?
Slave.
So you passed me by me with Jotra, but you didn't say a word.
I don't like to talk much.
What's your name?
Eridan,
That's pretty. I like it.
thank you. Orin,
I like to think my name was pretty, but I guess it doesn't deserve a compliment.
Nah, you're just creepy.
Oh, he doesn't think that he can butter you up. He thinks he can butter her up.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Speaking of
Oh, y'all
butter,
got pretty nice names, but I think mine's best. I'm Soup.
Soup. It's
Soup.
rather super.
Like the
Soup?
food.
Like soup.
Nah, not like that. Like the sound of an arrow about to get right at your head.
Soup. I get it.
Oh my
I
god.
feel like
guess I
this is a
kinda-
language barrier I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's an what is known as onomatopoeia, where a word sounds like a sound. So it is an arrow traveling through the air would go soup.
Ain't nothing like that. It's my name.
Oh! Now I get it.
I guess it works.
Soup.
well, I am off me shift, so all this talk of butter and soup, Joja,
Yes.
I believe you promised me a meal, lad.
I did indeed. You and Soup both, but Ishton, Athanos, if you'd like to join the four of us, I would more than love to continue to get to know you, if nothing else, just to continue conversation, know each other better, to research, to figure the scary story out. If you would, I would love to have you.
I turn to Ishton when he offers that and just give her a look.
I don't see what harm it would do. They seem normal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, sure. We'll tag along.
That's
You're
about
paying,
it.
right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely in for this then.
Everybody likes to hear the sound
Yes.
of that. Plus, I ain't got to talk to too many deep water folk.
Oh, yes, I'm actually from the city of Mirrors. Quite a fascinating place. Have any of you been to any of the underground cities? Built some of the finest cities ever built, anyway?
I can't say I have. I've never been much of a underground kind of person.
Oh man, the city of Mirrors, it's simply beautiful. It's surrounded by glass-like towers, and there's always some sort of prismatic reflection that covers the entire city in rainbows, and the city is glass and reflective metal, and it just contributes to this kind of multicolor cascade. It's indescribable, but the place itself is even more beautiful on the inside than it looks, as you have crafters of every profession, painters, blacksmiths, masons, all coming together to make the city even more beautiful, and it's such a wonderful place to be a part of. You'll have to come sometime. We can even take you by my family's bar. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Hold on a minute now. So, you're telling me that stuff's real?
Mm-hmm. Very real. And wonderful.
Wow. Get to... What am I doing here, man? I'd like to go see it.
Oh, I do have a taste of home. And he goes in and he pulls out a little flask, and he's like, just a sip, though I don't have a whole ton. This is my family whiskey. It's called the Wit's Whetstone.
The what? The Wit's Whetstone?
The Wit's Whetstone. And if anybody's interested.
He just kind of opens his like crocodile like maw. Like,
It does have a little kick to it, so.
Well, pass that my way.
And as each of you takes the flask, you see there is like a cog wheel inscribed on it, and then you see clearly there's a spot where in his spare time he's just adding random crap to it for some reason. So there's like two cogs that you can spin like fidget spinner almost, and like you can tell he's planning on more because there's like little sketches in like pencil over the top of it.
Do you know what this would taste amazing with? The meal you're paying for. So how about we get going?
Yes, of course. Sorry. As we head into the dining hall.
Awesome. As you've been having this discussion, the solid burning feeling inside your mind that then turns to this dull, for you cast as Soup. At the moment, you're fine. You ain't got none. You're good. Actually, Oren as well. Yeah, you wouldn't feel anything either. So it's literally just Athanos, who already knows, Jotra, and Eridan. This numb feeling has now just become a constant. And it's just sat there in the back of your mind. And as you've been discussing and as you've been chatting away throughout this encounter, that feeling has gotten just a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger until it's reached a constant. It's not painful, but it is uncomfortable. You can go ahead and begin to make your way into... It's very much one of those like Titanic-style dining rooms where everything is horrendously overpriced in comparison to what it should be. It kind of... You come in and immediately there's marble and beautifully decorated scenery, a lot of crimsons and cobalts, specifically in terms of the color scheme. It's very bright, it's very lavish, and
what are we thinking? Why did we pick this place? This is
Honestly, I have no clue.
we drank way too much that night. Way too much.
Yeah, we definitely did.
I want to know how the hell I afforded this.
We made some lucky bets.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was out of character.
I know.
As you all go ahead and find a table, you take a seat, and a young woman walks over. She looks, moves eyes to Athenos, covers her mouth, and runs as her little gnomish frame just bolts to the other side of the room.
Well, that was rude. What was that?
I know.
Hello. Why would you?
The service isn't great here, is it?
Why?
Someone else, a human lady, also comes over and just, terribly sorry. She was hearing things about someone spreading rumors on the ship about some kind of gnome eaters or something, and she's awfully worried. So,
who would do such a thing? There's nothing to be worried about.
There is no such thing. There's no such thing. There's no such thing, Jotra.
Never heard of no gnome eaters. Never heard of that. Nobody said nothing about that.
It's not a real thing.
Oh, I'm sure it's not, but as you can, and she turns around, and the gnome has just kind of run straight through the double doors and away. It's like, I'll deal with that in a second. Your names?
Who are you?
Oh, sorry.
They're going to be taking our order for our feast.
Yes, I'm Jennifer. I'm here to take your order with regards to what you would like to eat.
I'm so tempted to be like how everyone else is to me. It's like, oh, Jennifer, so you mean Jenny? Is that Jenny? You? Oh, they like, you have to tell them you don't just go get it.
Yeah, I open the menu and put it in front of Ish, we just pick the food here and then tell them, and then they bring over to us.
If I can grab your names first, at least. I would like to,
I'm Athenos.
Jotra Quillshapping.
Orin Thistlefoot.
This is Eridan. Oh, she's got it.
Oh,
so well.
Thank you.
Name's Sid.
I still don't understand. Why do you need my name?
It's just that there's a lot of people ordering, so I just need to know who wants the food when they bring it out.
Easton.
You can. Okay.
This will all be charged to Jotra's Quillshapping's room.
Yes, make sure you write that down. It's all going to Jotra.
So really, you only needed his name.
I mean, that is a good point.
She smiles, and as she does so, she kind of, you see she hasn't been writing, she's been striking as she's been going. She kind of, there's a swift smile, it's just, compliments of the nest. Let me know what you need, and you will be fine.
What is that list?
Nest?
Oh,
wait, do you know what a nest is? No? Oh, no.
First time anyone
Why
has
is it the ship? Is it? Would I know?
This is the first time anybody has heard this name, I think. You can go ahead and do a history check if you like.
What was the name?
The
The
nest.
nest.
Could I try to catch any details about the list?
The list.
A history check.
Like
you
a
say?
perception?
4.
Sure.
Would it
It's
be
a bad
perception?
roll.
16.
Perception for Ishtin. Oren, yeah, you've definitely not heard of this.
I'm not even gonna bother.
I got a 17.
12.
Okay.
I don't have dice on me at the moment. I did not expect to have to roll anything.
Neither did I, but here we are.
Do you want me to roll for you?
Sure.
You got 16 plus modifier.
Okay, so that would be a 23 history.
Damn.
All right.
So, Soup and Jatara, you guys have heard of the Nest. The Nest isn't a thing as much as it is an organization. What it handles, there are mixed opinions. Some say it is a simple mercantile guild. Some people say that it is something far more. But the reports are kind of unclear. There have been rumors of words such as underbelly and syndicate, but it is unclear of the exact implications. Athenos, you know the Nest. You haven't had contact with them in a while. You definitely know who they are. In fact, you've probably taken a couple of the more lucrative contracts you've taken from the Nest themselves. Although, even to you, what they exactly are is still unclear.
Okay.
And perception for
Yeah, it was 12.
Okay. It's not very well kind of covered up, so you're good for that, even with a 12. She's trying to pass it off as like a list of like everybody. It's not. It's a list of specific names that have been struck off as this person is important or this person is something. Yeah, it is deliberate.
Did all of our names get struck off?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's like, so your meal is free. Go ahead and let me know what you need, and I'll go ahead and fetch it for you.
Soup just has a giant grin on his face.
Is this how it usually works? Do they usually have like a... This is not normal, is it? This is strange.
But I'm not going to say no to free food. I would like some just the classic bone soup and baked sea biscuits, and just water. If you've got tap water, I don't want don't want to put too much from my friends' pockets.
I can go ahead and get that sorted for you. It's fine.
Friends? Did you have the giant fire beetle cakes? Any chance? My favorite. Or something similar, like I've heard crab is similar. I've never had it.
Crab is very good. You should have crab.
I'll have crab if you have crab.
Both can be arranged if you'd like.
I will also have crab. Do you have it raw? Just kill it and then bring it out right away.
That can
I will
be
have it
arranged,
however-
yes.
All right.
However,
But not for this one. This one, cook it.
Oh. Are you sure? Okay, cook then.
Yeah, cook for this one, not for me.
Do you work for the Nest? Is this a Nest? Why is the Nest?
I don't know who they are. I have no idea.
Soup just kind of elbows Joker and is like, speak up.
What? I'm fine. Everything's fine. We're cool. It's I think Eridan's turn to order.
I'll have what Jotra's having.
Very well.
What kind of meat you
Butter.
got?
Bring them butter. Lots of butter.
Yes. Well, we are pretty known for our seafood, don't you worry.
Now who's trying to butter who up?
That was a good one. That was well done.
Oh, good. It was one of those punners, okay.
I'll have a
All
bone
right, she's kind of cute.
and whiskey, neat, 3 fingers.
Would you like any food with that?
Oh, bone stew.
Oh, lovely. There was a definite concern as a... Right.
Whiskey is food.
Right. I'll take one of their fish steaks. Extra rare. Extra rare.
Very well. The writing quickly finishes. The book's immediately closed. I hope that you enjoy your stay, and
It wasn't like a
your
contractor. It wasn't.
your lodgings have also been handled, courtesy of the nest.
But okay, who the fuck are you people?
Ishin,
Just tell us who you are. Because this makes
okay.
no sense. What? It's not.
They're just to help. They have no clue what's going on. It's not gonna help. We're gonna have to figure this out a different way.
There's a quick wave as she kind of. Ishton, it's kind of irritating, like that you have been completely ignored. Like not even eye contact. It was just a wave as you're kind of. What's going on here? She's. Why?
I could just follow her. And I
no.
could get the clipboard out of her hand.
No, it's fine. They have no clue what's going on. They
Oh.
have less clue than we do.
Actually, you see Jotro looks at his wrist. And he flicks his wrist forward. Does my hummingbird work?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. As he flicks his wrist forward, you see this intricate bracelet that he's wearing pops off, and you see this mechanical hummingbird take flight. And then he's like, follow them and see what catch whispers. Return. Then he looks really nervous. And after it flies like halfway through, he calls it back and slaps it back on his wrist. He's like, nope. They're just gonna destroy it. It's just gonna get destroyed.
And all right, buddy, you weren't gonna find much out through that little peon anyway.
That's an impressive device, though. You make that yourself.
Yes, it's one of my first inventions. This is Calamos. Pops it out, and this little hummingbird that flies out, and you see it's got like a little cage for its belly, and you see there's like just some like rocks in there, but the rest of it is like this finely polished silver as it flies around, and it kind of just makes like a little gambit around, and then is it slaps it back on.
That's quite impressive.
Thank you.
You gave it a name.
Of course. You must name all of your things. And Calamus is much more than just mechanical. It is almost is my a friend. It's not weird.
It's sweet.
Sweet sound bad when you said it that way.
Oh, I thought it was actually sweet.
Oh, okay, good. So, did we sign a contract? Did I miss something? I don't know what's going on.
That's actually what I was going to ask. You don't, especially you, Jotra, you don't seem like the type to mess with the nest. Yeah.
Who is
anyone
the
else?
nest?
So I'm assuming none of you know what's going on.
But
I ain't
you
never
do, so
worked with them, but heard of them. You know, I used to work through some other organizations. You know what I mean?
I mean, like
Yeah.
a crafting guild?
Sure. Crafting
Oh boy.
weapons.
Oh boy, you're really out of your depth. Jotra.
Athanos, tell us. You should have told.
No one is entirely sure what the nest is. Under my captain, we worked a few jobs for them. Nothing crazy, but I'm not entirely sure how or why they know I'm here, because I for sure did not expect to be here at this time. Don't know what they have to do with any of you guys though, especially you, Ishtin. I don't know. Maybe it's because of me, but I'm not entirely sure.
That is not good.
Here I was expecting to get out of work, spend some time, doing some vacation, relaxing, getting hot, getting cold again, getting hot again. It's gonna be great. Guess I'm going back to work.
He, like, kind of just takes his napkin, puts it on the plate in front of him, and goes,
I ain't mean to be rude to you, but I'll see y'all in a minute.
gets up.
I got some things to get together.
I love soup.
Goodbye, Sue.
Bye, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Bye.
I do.
Thank you so much, buddy.
I just want to quickly say that Athos is going to bully Jotra. Like it's just going to happen. It just has to.
What's happening?
Ty, the player, knows Jotra is perfectly set up to be bullied, so don't worry about it.
Athos is going to bully him a lot.
This is going to be very, very interesting because Ishton has big mom energy, so...
Aridin just broods in the corner with her arms crossed.
Yeah,
Could they
I'm
have
not
been
sure.
sent by the wrong people, if you know who I'm talking about?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Are we safe here?
Are we safe here?
Him
Right.
and me, not you. You are safe. You're
Right,
humming back. It will keep you safe.
Is the nest the type of people that would have information? If I
yeah.
wanted to know something that most people don't. Okay.
The Nest are kind of judged anywhere from a mercantile guild that can sometimes be a little bit shady to a full-blown criminal webway. And it's very hard to separate what is real from what is legend until you are a part of the Nest.
So I'm actually, we're all at the table, so I can't exactly hide it, but I'm just gonna say, it might still work in our favor. They know, they could know about what we're trying to find out.
You trying to find out?
Can't share with the rest of us.
Nope.
Nah.
No, we will
Sorry,
not
we
be
just
doing
met
that.
like what 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But what I
Have
will
some
tell
flag.
you is that the chances are it's not good that they're involved.
So the Nest, they're more like shady folk, not like cops or anything like that.
They are not cops.
Yeah, no, they're definitely more shady folk.
All right.
Does he look unhappy or happy to hear that?
Relieved. Totally
Okay.
relieved.
It's about now that your food is brought out to you. For some of you, it's wonderful. For others, it's disappointing. It's very much the elegant plate work with very small portions.
Oh no.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Figured I'd have a bowl of soup, not a fucking shot.
I just sit there like, so when's the rest of it coming? It's like, is this it?
I'm sorry, do you require more?
Well,
I would like more than a spoonful. Yeah.
yeah, just double it.
I can get you all another serving. That's fine.
I mean, this is all under the Nest, right?
Indeed.
Well,
I would
whiskey.
like one of everything, please.
Yes. How about you triple it?
The eyes kind of turn back, and you can see now someone standing in the doorway with their arms crossed, just... Certainly. We'll be out shortly for you. And
Is this person
Would
afraid?
I recognize?
Go ahead and do an insight check, Iridan. And what was the question, sorry, Athos?
I was gonna ask, did I recognize the person that was standing in the doorway?
No.
No, okay.
No, this wouldn't be someone that you recognize. It's basically like the manager.
Oh, okay.
That's the kind of vibe that you're getting.
So, shady organization, who deals in not police things, wants to buy us dinner for no reason that anyone can figure out.
They're definitely either poisoning us. There's a chance there's poison in the foods.
All right, well then I think I'm going to just eat my own food back in me bunk. So y'all have a pleasant
What?
night.
So what? You're not gonna finish that? You're not gonna finish? Okay, I'll take it. I'm just gonna take his food.
No. I'll finish the whiskey.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's not a bad way to go.
We shouldn't separate if we can help it.
So
But
Oren's
yeah.
gonna bow out. Okay.
Or no. Okay, bye, Oren.
Catch you in a bit, buddy. Cheers, mate. Thanks for sticking around. And 16 insight. She wasn't. Until about now. And now she's terrified. The body language completely changes as she walks away. She is hasted, she's stiff, she went from the usual kind of retail service to scared for her life as soon as this person has walked out. And you can see it just in her posture and her stance. And as soon as she kind of accepted the whole, like, oh, yes, cool, I'll get you some more, she has heel turned and she's out.
Can I catch her before she heads back behind the curtain?
Yeah.
I get up abruptly.
Absolutely.
Sorry. I have a couple questions. About I don't know where my room is. Could I talk to you for a moment?
I'm just kitchen service. There are more people out there that would be able to help you with this kind of thing.
Would you like to go talk over there?
And I oh fuck, I have pupilless, so I guess it doesn't really, I kind of make it look like I look over at the scary figure.
It was still very much in the doorway, arms crossed, just waiting. And she kind of... I'm still on shift, but I suppose I would be able to talk with you afterwards. If you needed any assistance around the ship, yes?
Okay.
I'm happy to help.
Likewise. Kind of give her a, if you need help, please find me. Don't die. And I'm going to go back to my seat.
Wonderful. I'll get you your food shortly. And again, there is a hurried rush. She goes ahead and the figure kind of sinks back through the doorway as she...
What do I have? Nothing useful. Okay, cool.
Everything. I have my daggers on me if you want one.
Oh.
You see he pulls his dagger out and it's been carefully hidden on his person and he slides one under the table to you.
I take it and I have belts around little whatever. I tuck one into my belt. But also I keep forgetting that I'm a wizard, and there's a very important fact. And it's, you may have noticed it, you may have not noticed it, but trailing around behind me, around my feet, is a cat, but it's a special cat. It has wings.
Oh, is it Cole?
Yes.
Is it Cole?
It's this cute, fuck it, I'm a witch. It's a black cat, and it has orange eyes, and the wings are more calico. It fades into a calico, and yeah.
I love it.
So under the table, so Jotra knows this by now. It's sort of become Jotra's emotional support cat. So as Jotra gets nervous, it rubs against his legs, jumps in his lap, and just kind of purrs. Really likes Jotra.
I actually have a question for Ishtin and Athanos.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you would have seen a Tresson before?
A what? I don't think I would have. I've not been in the kinds of places where there are flying cats.
I think I've heard tale of it. Because stories and rumors are always around on the ship, but I don't know if I'd have seen one.
Another fun fact about my character, because most of you have only seen her face, she has a clockwork arm. It looks like porcelain and gold trimmed, and she has wings, but one of the wings is also clockwork.
Are they always unfurled, or are they
Yep, they're out.
You always need a lot of room just to stand.
Yeah.
I will have to figure out how to impact them one day. But with it being lopsided, that's not what we're thinking about right now.
Is that about the wing?
Yeah. Jotra just saw that and he's like, oh yes, I forgot. Do you have weapons?
Oh yeah, and I was taking out my pistol and just put it on the table.
Remember I showed you the giant piece of weaponry strapped to my back?
Not you, Ishtin, sorry.
All right.
Yes, okay. I have
put
a
it
dagger
back.
and a sling, and
Oh yeah, also have this, and I pull out a saber. I'm like, yeah. So I got weapons.
Okay.
Are we under threat?
We don't know.
Yeah, most
We don't
likely.
know.
This is the nest. Either we are dying, or you are dying. If this is poison, you are dying.
Well, I have not
Or-
eaten any of it, so.
Oh, okay. I guess you two. I'm sorry.
Ishton, Aridin, kind of does one of these with her clockwork hand, and like all the like joints, like you can kind of see like sparks coming off them.
He's always
Got my own tricks.
Fancy.
It's really.
You are a what?
I'm
What
sorry?
is it that you do for the night?
What's your? Are you
Um,
magically inclined, and what type of magically inclined person are you?
What he said.
I was born with it. This is something I can do. It's magic. I don't fully understand it, but
Oh, we're on the same boat. Literally. Anyway, there's we are in danger for sure. Does any of you
Judith's
know how to check for
terrified.
poison, real quick?
Let's see what I. No.
Well then, hopefully it's not poisoned. But it's either it is poisoned and all of you are gonna die in, I don't know, maybe a day, maybe less, or they're trying to butter us up for a job.
I didn't do anything.
That what was that thing you made? Was that that metal bird thing?
Yeah.
Is that as far as I've seen, it's pretty impressive. Is it impressive where you are from?
Not really. No,
No?
lots of people have them. They're
But do
known
they
as
make them?
homunculus. Did they
But
make
do
them?
they-
Yeah, they taught me to make it. It's not.
How
a-
do they make them? Do they make them just with that tools, or do they make
Yes,
them with
how-
something else?
Actually, it's quite fascinating. Yes, you take your. So you'll.
No,
you'll
no,
need
no,
a-
short
you got
answer.
them. You
Short
got them started.
answer.
Got them started.
Yes, you make them with tinkerer's tools, and the only thing about them is you do have to have some sort of stone to house the kind of consciousness of the thing. Like you need a something of like a opal, an emerald, that type of just precious stone. But
So you are not just an engineer, is what you're saying. You
Well,
are not
I-
just an engineer. You can
No.
take a consciousness and put it in a rock.
well, kind of. It's not a full. It's more of a Do you know like and it pulls up the cat. So this is a familiar. It's similar to summoning a familiar, except for not summoning the whole thing. You just summon it into this, and then it uses the stone to access the rest of the body. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So basically, not quite magic, but magic is involved.
I see.
Okay, so what
Also,
I'm hearing
it's
is that
probably
you're
the
not
first
exactly
time.
spectacular.
Probably the first time the cat has been shown above the table.
Like, okay. Is that yours or yours, Eridin? Okay. Anything special about you?
I have my blade and my magic. That's I'm not.
She's
Yeah.
really impressive, actually, on the battlefield.
I'm not much of a talker. I better with
Ah,
actions.
yeah. I caught that. I guess that. So I'm still maybe you're just in this by association, Jojo. I'm really sorry. But it seems like us three are the only ones that are impressive enough to actually interest the nest.
Okay.
All I do is hit things with a big stick, Athanos. Why would they care about me?
I think you.
How did you?
Oh, I see. I see
oh,
what you're questioning. I think I see. He's asking what sort of use we are in battle, not if we're impressive or not. I'm an artificer. So I can I do have several things, runes and things that I can activate from. And things of that nature.
Why did
like-
you whisper? Why did you whisper that?
Oh, I feel like I should whisper. No.
They know your
Everybody's-
name. I feel like they know that you're magic.
Well, I think another question
is how did you two end up on the ship?
We paid for a ticket.
Yeah.
How did you end up on the ship? Did you sneak on?
No.
We were
Paid
going
for a
to do
ticket.
that.
We received a letter, and they hired us for a job, and we don't have any money, and we were on the road, and jobs were hard to find, and we said, "Fuck it."
Okay.
And so
Fuck it. What is the job?
Jojo, don't swear. You're too young for that. Okay.
Swear as much as you want. You swear as much as you want. You have a
I don't
hummingbird.
need anybody's fucking permission. But thank you.
You still
she
have it.
reaches in her
Thank you.
pouch and pulls out a rolled up, not like a scroll, but like a tiny one, and hands it over to Athenos. And I hope she recognizes the handwriting. Oh.
I guess I open it up. What? Is anything specific? I see?
The job is we are
have
going
something?
to we're going to our destination to pick up an item and to deliver it to a location illustrious DM will fill in.
So yes, essentially it is a request for a particular device in Zitane that needs to be delivered to a drop-off location just outside of the city. The interesting part, however, is the prose is very grandiose, very pretty handwriting, very over the top with its dramatics, almost in a theatrical sense. It's like, I bequeath unto you this particular task. As it goes through, do you know who it's signed by, Eridan?
Do you have a name in mind? Because I think it's that one.
It is simply signed with the letter A. And underneath the A, there is an underline with two, at a point, with two large kind of curves upward that turn into these almost wing-like structures.
On the A?
Mm-hmm. It's a
Do
very,
I recognize this?
Roll a history check. Why not?
I'm gonna say that I joined after the contract out of gratitude, so I don't know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
Okay.
thought it was
you
a
have
diet
definitely.
Top 20.
20 light?
Crit adjacent.
20. Counterfeit 20. You have had at least one contract yourself that has been signed like this, but you have never met nor interacted with the benefactor directly.
What kind of contract was it? Like, get this thing them up. Like, were they fan killing? Like, do they seem shady? Was it just a retrieval kind of thing?
Some of the more, I wouldn't say kind of like murder hungry. They're definitely not that vibe, but some of the more kind of airy fairy kind of, do this for me, this is where, however you want to do it, kind of thing.
Okay then.
It's
Okay.
not, yeah, these contracts were not specific. It's just the kind of grandiose aura makes it seem like the person involved probably is either powerful or thinks they are. One or the other.
They seem annoying. Very
Pay
annoying.
really well though.
Very
And
much.
I hand it back to Eridan. Yeah, I've worked for this person before, like A. Didn't ask many questions. The pay was good enough for us, so. But I'm not sure if they'd be tied or associated with someone like some group like the Nest. So I'm not. I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
Butcher's gonna try something. While they're all talking, he's gonna pull 3 stones out of his pouch, and then he's gonna drag them off the backside of his glove to see if he can cast Magic Stone or not, to empower them for Magic Stone.
Yeah. And you can go ahead and cast them, no problem. There's no kind of magical interference currently.
Okay. And then so he's just gonna keep them kind of ready in the middle of his lap. The rest of you might have heard like a small like scrape if you have the high passive perception. Maybe like a little, and then he's going to just slide the stones into the top part of his gauntlet so they're ready if he needs them.
Yeah, that's cool. And it's also about now that the hall has begun to fill out far, far more. You notice that the lights begin to dim as music begins to play across the room. And over to the central area of this room, this blank area, suddenly there's just flashes of reds and blues that appear as the music begins. And you see these gaseous lines and colors pulled from the ground and begin to float up and twist and weave and turn into this strange kaleidoscope of various different mixing colors that begin to dance and spread out from where they started across the room and underneath tables and all sorts of weird and wonderful directions.
When this is happening, I would turn to Ish and like just relax. It's just part of the show. It's
What the hell is this? What is
it's just
this?
like
Yeah,
entertainment. It's meant to
not
make it
very
pretty.
entertaining. It's
Have you never
entertaining.
seen?
It's a bit much. I have to admit, it's
It's
a
a
bit
lot.
much.
It's a lot.
Have you never seen lights before?
I have seen lights. I just don't usually eat dinner around them swimming around my feet. Do you?
No, but they're just lights. They're not going to hurt you.
Well, thank you for that. I'm so glad you told me that. I feel so much better. We should leave soon.
I think
A
we're
brace?
kind of on the way already. We might have to go to our suites. I have a
Okay.
feeling that information might be there. A letter, perhaps.
You
Judge
think I
reaches-
know Senator?
Well, while you're saying this, Stretcher is going to reach behind his back and he's going to pull out this little disc out of his backpack, and then he's going to use magic tinkering to try to record a little bit of the song so he can remember it for later.
And it's a pretty classical piece. There's a lot of kind of your stereotypical your lyres, your cello kind of instruments.
So you see on his on one of his hands you see he puts out his gauntlet and then he twitches his middle finger and like this tiny little like pin comes up and he floats the disc on it and then he puts his finger on it and it spins around kind of like a record as he's recording the 6 seconds of music, and then he'll clutch it and put it back into his backpack.
You made magic vine. Sorry.
I can record 6 seconds of stuff, and I thought it would be just fun to have like a little like record
love
where he's
that.
like, oh, for the record. You know?
Now that I know that Ishton doesn't like lights and Aridin feels like Ishton's abrasive and uptight, without saying anything, she kind of does like one of these in the air. I'm going to use minor illusion, and your food starts to like glow a little bit.
I look right at you and don't react.
Did you notice it was me?
Yep.
Everything, we are trying to make friends. Ashton was kind
Oh,
enough to
boy.
lead us to. I'm so sorry. And he cracks open one of the crabs like Beetle at home, and then he's like, "That is incredible, Ashton. You have made a wonderful recommendation." And he starts keeps cracking
Incredible?
into it.
Oh
Incredible.
no.
It's better if you. Most
I'm
of
gonna
you think
start
it's better if
awarding
you put it in
negative
butter.
inspiration for these puns.
It does
You put
taste
it in
nice.
butter.
Tips it in the butter.
That's what most of the people on land they like to eat it that way.
Then when I see him eating, I'm gonna go. So you're immune to poison too, right?
Me?
No, I talked to Jotra when yesterday and he said you're immune to poison, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
just
Cool.
gonna
Just making
keep-
sure. Just making sure.
puts it back down. Reaches for the whiskey. Puts the whiskey back down. Starts to look a little panicked. Then he. No meeting monsters.
Yeah,
Time to die
I
in
was
the ship.
thinking
That would
about
be
that. I'm not sure.
extremely
Not sure if
You feel,
suspicious.
Joe-
I must use my logic to overpower you. There would be no way to kill somebody on the ship without it being extremely suspicious and inconvenient, and I've done nothing, so they wouldn't do that. And confidence, and he just breaks like the biggest like piece of crab, and he bites into it, and then takes a big swig, and he's like, "So that's what I'm going to go with." And he just keeps digging into the meal. It's actually quite delicious and really hard to resist anyway.
Oh yeah, I
and
agree.
you feel the cat purring.
Make a con. So no, I'm kidding.
I should probably
you're good.
name Find My Familiar at some point.
And these lights are beginning to kind of spread across the room, a little bit more sporadically than before, and they begin to kind of move and twist, and kind of like the Tron light cycles. The light actually stays as it drifts along, so it's almost like these multiple ribbons of just reds and blues and the purples as they cross over. For some of you, it's beautiful. For some of you, it's terrifying.
Can I make an investigation check to see if I can see if it's a mechanical nature of something I might be able to duplicate in the future?
A little bit much.
You can hide something behind all of that light. You can hide something in it. Most of it will flow past you when peace will hit you.
I don't think I have to worry about
14.
that.
You take a look
Good
around.
idea to keep an eye out.
Sorry.
This
No,
was
that's
a
it.
bad idea. We should have gone on the horse cart.
Jotaro. You take a look around this general vicinity to try and find a source. From where you're kind of just sat right now, and even like bending like across the table to take a look around, you're kind of scanning up, scanning down. You can't find an exact source, but you're pretty sure you could probably replicate it if you had a chance to sit down and tinker long enough.
Well, it's been lovely being embroiled in nefarious schemes and other things, and having a meal and room paid for. But I believe you think there's going to be letters in our room. That's
More information
Ishton,
at least.
Is he? Everything? Do you want to check? Or, are you finished? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm good. We
You
go.
can keep trying to impress me if you want. You can stay and try to impress me with your magic.
I take it you're not easily impressed by much.
Not by that kind of thing, no.
Do you have anything broken, or in need of repair?
No, but thank you. I fix what I need to fix.
Me too. So almost as it was never broken at all.
I'm sure of it.
Right. Ishton, Athenos, it has been lovely, and sneaking suspicion we'll be seeing more of each other soon.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Bye. He just hops down off the chair and he starts walking away.
Yeah. And as you go ahead and leave, you end up kind of walking through some of these light ribbons that have been created. And as you walk through, they kind of scatter into this like colored dust and then reform back together.
By the end of it, he's intentionally breaking them to see what will happen, like tapping different places by the time he gets to the end of the hallway.
And they do just as soon as you tap one, they just.
That's cute.
Oh, that guy he's great. He's funny. He's
Are
gonna
we
be
just
fun.
the two of us, or did Arden already leave?
Yeah, already, did you?
Orin left, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Aridin followed Jotra.
This
Okay.
place is full of magic users.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was kind of expected. No matter what way we're gonna go, we're gonna end
Not this
up
bad.
running into.
Not this
Yeah,
bad.
I know. We should have gotten a horse and carriage.
If we're
One
not
more.
careful, they will not let us get off at the next port. They'll just throw us over the side.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I mean, it'll give me an excuse to fire my pistol again. I haven't done that in like a month.
As you plummet to the earth and then die, crashed
I mean-
upon the ground. That's not helpful.
I'll take some people out before I go. But right now, we're involved with the nest, and I think that's a lot worse than any spellcaster we could run into. here.
I think you don't know what you could run into.
Yeah. Do we know where our rooms are? Like, do we get told that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we've been to our rooms before because we've been on for a couple of days.
Yeah. This
Oh,
is,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
do we know? Maybe we got lost. It's a bit.
Yeah.
Roll a survival check.
the next time we roll, it's just gonna be find the right room. No. Yeah. That's yeah. You're good on that front.
So have we been staying at our room that we like paid for, or did we just recently get moved? Like, what was that? Because you said that the nest was covering our lodging, right?
Yeah. You don't know. That's all it said. So like you've been staying in whatever room you've paid for, and then you haven't been like moved or anything, if that's what you're asking. But all of a sudden you've just had this person come up and say to you compliments of the nest, basically.
Okay. And how close would Ishan and Athnos's room be?
I imagine they would have been relatively close, if not next to each other, depending on how you.
Oh no, we've got a suite. We've got 2 rooms in the living room.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That works, yeah.
Yeah, but like close to the dining hall. Like no, we would be in the same. Otherwise, she would have insisted on sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, and then and he would not have allowed that. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
We have to.
I feel
we should
like-
probably. No, go on. Yeah, I think we should head to our room, our suite. There might be something there, especially now they're paying for it. If it means we get free lodging, I'm fine with that. We paid a lot of gold to get on this. If we get that back, I'm not complaining. But there might be some kind of letter, some information about why the nest is interested in us.
All right.
Because that waiter seemed, it was apparently fine for him to tell us that the nest was involved. So clearly the nest wants us to know that they're involved.
They do.
Yeah. So yeah, let's head to our rooms.
All right.
And I'm gonna take the bowl of soup with me. Just keep eating.
And again, as you guys walk through these strings of light, they again just kind of.
I'm sort of sweeping them away with my bow.
I was like, Ishna's fine. It's just light. It's not.
Just
it's nothing.
don't know what hides within it. Anything could hide within it.
Starting to get a couple of strange looks from the other folks at the tables as they just kind of.
Yeah, and I'm the guy that's like, hey, just.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Jotaro are walking back with Eric, and he's like, just to refocus and calm down, would you mind if I studied your arm again tonight? Just to look at it. It's extremely amazing work. This might help me calm down a little. Also, a little company before bed is never terrible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think something's loose in my wing. Could you take a look at that too?
Definitely.
And as you guys are beginning to walk away, that dull kind of pressure in your head subsides just a little bit as you're walking away.
Are you feeling that too?
It's like a magical tinnitus. Not a fact.
You're aware, as I say, you're aware that the mark basically means that there's a criminal of the Magicanum on board that has been punished. But it's not an exact, it doesn't tell you who. It's just like an alarm that gets stronger the closer you are to someone who is affected.
You think it's a cook, chef, former, or...
I wonder if it was that person in the doorway.
Person in the doorway. Try to sketch him. No, this would be a lot scarier if I were alone, so once again.
Yeah, no worries. And I'm sorry that they scared you like that. I didn't.
Need to be better. The sky is not as terrifying as I think it is, and I shouldn't have looked up. I know better. I know much better than to look up.
Well, lucky for you, I can fly, so you don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. All right. To bed. We want to wrap there for recording purposes.
Yeah.
So
I will say there is a as everyone does, just as one little addition, as everyone does retire to their rooms, they do indeed find an envelope sat on their respective beds.
Also,
Well, you know how this works, clearly. What does it say?
What does it say? What does it
I'll
say?
open up.
I have taken you under my wing. You are free to fly. And it is signed with the same A.
A.
Okay, who is this that you worked for? Did they...
I think this is more. I don't. Now that I think about, we're on a flying ship, so it might be literal, but.
But we were already flying before we got the letter and before they paid for our lodging, so that does not make any sense.
The two of us are technically criminals, so I think this might be.
It's not technical. It's literal.
Yeah, me too. This might be their way of saying that as long as we help them with whatever they need help with, because there's no way they're giving this for free. We either have a way to stop seeming like criminals, which is what we want for you, or in my case, I won't be scrutinized as one whenever I try to fly again, I guess. But I really don't know. And it seems like this A person is a bit more connected to the nest than I thought.
Also connected to the one with the actual literal wings, which seems like a coincidence.
They're not the only ones that have wings. I don't know if it's like specifically because they have wings that they connect. Like,
but did you see how they were like out all the time? So everyone
that did
would
seem
see
inconvenient.
all
Yeah,
the time the wings.
Yeah.
And her name starts with an A.
Oh no! It's making sense.
I really hope it's not that one. All right.
Ishton doesn't like me.
Yet.
We don't, it's not asking us to do anything. Does the ship come to another port before we get off where we're planning to go, or is it just a straight shot?
From now, it's a straight shot.
Of course it is.
Okay.
I wish we can't sneak off of it flying in the air. There's nothing we can do. Maybe I should just stay in here.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Okay, if you stay in here, I'll stay in here as well, because the nest and apparently A are not people we want to mess with, especially alone. So we might have to gather our forces, including little Jotra and Eridan and Oren and Soup. We might all need to work together to figure out what exactly is going on.
We can work with them, but they are not our forces. Let's not make a mistake here.
Okay, but every little helps.
Jotra can stay.
Okay. I don't know why okay, I'm fine with that, I guess. It'll be fun to mess with him.
Not too much, okay?
Fine. His reaction to the gnome eel was kind of hilarious, though.
It was funny. It was very funny. You are very funny, and I support you. And I will tell you when you need to shut the fuck up with him. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think what we can do now is sleep because I'm fucking tired.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Jotra, after inspecting Eridan's wing and arm a little more, still trying to help her find the origin they came from and being fascinated with their magical technology. When he goes back to his room, he opens the letter, and as he's reading it, he just says, "Oh God, they know," and that's it.
I kind of imagine because Eridan was like recruited for a job, I feel like they got one of like the shitty rooms.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
what
kind
I
of
imagine we got like
Jotra and
C
Ari
class.
have
We
bunks.
both got our own. Oh yeah, one like broom closet with bunk beds, and so yeah, you would have heard just the "Oh God, they know," And then he kind of folds it up.
What do they know?
I don't know. Nothing. I don't know they know. I mean, they could know. I don't know anything anymore.
You
go to
and
sleep
me
now.
both.
You'll be here when I wake up, right?
Of course. I was here this morning, wasn't I?
Yes, that's true. Would you mind if your Tresem slept with me tonight?
Of course.
And then he's gonna get into his bed and wait for the Tresem to like curl up with him, and he's gonna like kind of little like gnome pod with it, like you would with a big dog, but it's proportional.
Awesome. Unless anyone has any other business they would like to conclude, I think that's a good place to leave off.